You get to travel the world, hang out with your mates, do the sport you love, and you're getting paid for it at the same time.
Not bad, is it?
Sounds pretty dreamy.
Not bad at all.
Welcome to Find Your Force, the podcast that's here to help you find your career potential. I'm your host, Hope, and in this season, we're talking all about how sport can help you find your career potential. Whether you're taking the first step or the next step, our stories and advice are here to help you find your force. In this episode, we're on a very wet football pitch. I'll be chatting to Pip, Lucy and Rachel all about how this sport can help you find your career potential. They'll also be setting me some challenges on the football pitch. Let's have a chat. Do you think had you not played football, you would be as good as you are at your job?
She was good.
Yeah, how about I just did the pedals and you did the wheel?
Well, you need to let go of the pedals first.
Come on, that beating. I'll go for a rest. It's very wet, isn't it? I'm just gonna sit on that bin bag. How are we doing?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
A little bit wet. Yeah, it's a little bit wet. Football, normally it's rained off, isn't it?
No, it'd have to be really, really wet for it to be rained off.
Prefer playing when it's dry, like.
I bet you do. So let's start with you then, Lucy. Why football? When did this love for football start?
Well, I've got two sisters that both played football. My dad was into football, and then I'd say when I was 5 or 6, just took me down training and not stopped since.
Pip, what about you?
Yeah, similar. I didn't have any like siblings that played sport, etc. I just think the team environment, etc. I think it could have been any sport really. I just think just the competitiveness of football. I think that's what drew me in.
And Rachel, last but not least, why football for you?
Mum, dad, 3 older brothers, all absolutely love football. So I didn't really have much choice. So I've been playing now over 30 years and yeah, just enjoy it.
So obviously, you are all part of the Royal Air Force and you're all part of the same football team,
Yes.
I guess? Yeah? When did you join the Royal Air Force? Starting with you, Pip.
I joined about 2.5 years ago,
Okay.
so not long.
Lucy?
I've been in 4 years and then playing for 2 years with these.
And I've been in 10 and a half years and playing with these ever since they turned up.
So there is a big connection between the Royal Air Force and sport. They do a lot to support people. Can you give me a few examples of things that they've put in place to support you personally? Rachel?
They always actively encourage you to go off and play sport, whether it's football or any of the sports that the RAF has to offer, because there's lots of skills that can be taken from sport into your job, like teamwork and communication and just being a more confident person all round. So yeah, there's a lot of support come from my line managers back at camp to get me out playing football.
Do you think had you not have played football, you would be as good as you are at your job?
You said she was good.
The team banter's coming out already.
She's got a good point though.
Okay, well if you were good at your job, is it because of football?
Hypothetically.
I think it does add a lot, to be honest.
Is the social element about being part of a team, we've heard the banter there between you two, is that a big part of wanting to play within the team? Pip?
Yeah, massively. I think obviously you get a lot from football, but I think for me personally, the biggest thing I get from like RAF football is like the team and like not just the socialising, but do you know what I mean? We have like 3-4 days together, so it's just the whole like package of the team atmosphere and, like you said, the social side. But it brings so much more than just like football as a skill. It brings me a lot more than just playing football.
So there's a couple of sports schemes that the Royal Air Force has. What are they and what do they entail?
So there's different like kind of categories. I think there's like recognised athletes, and then the top one is like elite status, and that's for athletes of specific sports that play at like a certain level, so like international standard, then they would be on the elite status. And it's just when the RAF just completely backs them and their sport, and then gives them the opportunity and the funding, etc., to go and play like international sports and like in like a professional outlet.
So essentially, if you have a passion and you have a drive,
Yeah.
the Royal Air Force will pay you or fund you
Yeah.
to chase your kind of dream sports career?
Yeah, basically. So you have your trade, you go through the same training as anyone else does. So basic training and trade training, and then the RAF just then completely back you to then go and do your sport. And then you also represent the military as well, the RAF, in military fixtures.
Lucy, what is it like being a footballer in the RAF?
I love it. Yeah, it's good. Get a lot of time off work, a lot of support with it. Like I say, I've been the same as Rach. Like, my line managers have really supported it, letting me go to the gym, giving me nights off to go football training for my civvy team. And then obviously with this we get 3 or 4 days out almost every month in the football season to play fixtures together. We went to Alicante this year for our training camp for a week. So yeah, going worldwide.
And when you say civvy, you mean civilian football?
Civilian, yeah.
For us normals. Yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
And what's the difference between doing civilian football and doing Royal Air Force football? Which one do you prefer? Speak carefully here.
Is Lincoln listening?
Don't tell Lincoln.
There's a different feel to military football than there is civilian football. Living together, training together, eating together, going out together, like so the social side of it's such a team feel. And as much as I get that from civilian football as well, and I enjoy playing that, it really means something different when you're representing the Royal Air Force doing it.
Do you feel really proud?
Yeah, definitely.
You look like you feel proud.
That was a proud moment. She nearly made me tear up there. The pride that she felt. No, it's everything that Lucy says. And even though, yes, we aren't elite footballers, we still get to play football as part of a job.
Yeah.
So you're almost professional footballers, but with a 50-50 kind of day job, but also playing football as well as part of that. So
It's also a really good way to manage your health and well-being, because sometimes if you're working a really busy job, a desk job for example, you're not moving much, you have to actually make the effort to put in your schedule, go to the gym. But if you're doing it as part of your job, do you find it really helps you kind of stay fit and happy?
yeah, definitely. When you're here with the football team anyway, you have that level of fitness that comes naturally as part of playing football. But yeah, the RAF do put a big heavy emphasis on keeping yourselves fit. So being able to, usually, a civilian would have to do their day job but then go to the gym after work if they wanted to go. Whereas we can go as part of work's time. It's encouraged. It's a great way of keeping yourself fit and active.
And I imagine, I could be wrong, so tell me if I am, that most bases have a football pitch.
They do.
So it doesn't matter where you're based, you can play.
Yeah, I suppose we're quite lucky with that. I suppose if you're like
don't really
winter
think
sports
about that
person,
ever.
yeah. If you're winter sports or anything like that, you might struggle a bit more. Whereas we're quite lucky that there's usually a football pitch at every base.
Rachel, talk to me about being a woman and playing football within the Royal Air Force.
It's the same really. I think with RAF sport, it's the same really with whether you're male or female. We all get that opportunity to go out of work and play the sport and travel around doing training camps. We all have the inter-services, whether you're male or female, and you put on that stage to play against the Army and the Navy.
In recent times, we've seen more attention on female sport, specifically female football. Has that same shift happened within the Royal Air Force, Rachel?
Yeah, you can definitely see a lot of progress. I've been playing football in the RAF now for about for the Royal Air Force for about 10 years.
What would you like to see be done?
I think just with the inter-services, it'd be lovely to play at the same grounds as the men's teams. So and it's just small things. So it's only small things now in military football that I think need to happen to make it the same, because a lot has happened over the last few years to put it in almost at the same level as the men's.
But people coming in now, if there's young women listening or watching this, now's a good time to come.
Oh yeah, brilliant. This is especially with the Royal Air Force team as well. We've become current inter-service champions, and we retained it from last season. So we're the best team out of the 3 services at the minute. So the RAF football team, women's, is the best team to be a part of at the minute.
Lucy, how far can you go with football within the RAF?
So there's a lot of levels you can play at. You can represent your station. They do a lot of 5-side tournaments. They also do some development training camps. So there was one at Loughborough last week with 30 people there to develop playing football. And then that moves on to the representative team, where we do the inter-services and the training camps. And then there's also a UK Armed Forces team. So after the inter-services, they select players from the Air Force, the Navy and the Army, and then they combine to make one squad also that do fixtures.
How lovely that you can mix with different military groups. When it comes to football, being in this football team and just developing as a player yourself, what transferable skills does that give you that you can then use in your role? And what is your role also?
So I'm a PTI, so physical training instructor. So I'd say the biggest thing for me is like when you're part of a team, being able to like talk and communicate with everyone on that team, depending on, they always say like there's no rank in sport, etc. So like being able to communicate to different people of different trades, because it's quite nice that it's not everyone's one trade, so we're all from different backgrounds, we all come together, all do absolutely different things, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, but then that 1 week we're all just there to play football. So I think for me, being able to work towards a common goal with a group of people obviously is always going to help transfer into your job. And like obviously like being a PTI, the physical side of it, playing football obviously helps with that, but for me I think it mostly being able to work together with people, it does help, I think.
Lucy, what would you add to what Pip's just said there in terms of what can it give someone in terms of employability?
I would say playing a sport gives you a lot of confidence to take into your role as well, but just echoing what Pip said about being part of the team, communicating. So I'm on a squadron, like quite a busy squadron, so you always have to be aware of your surroundings, like speaking to different people. But yeah, I'd just echo that really.
You mentioned your squadron there. What is it that you do, Lucy?
So I'm an aircraft technician.
And what does that involve?
It involves fixing the jets on a day-to-day basis, sending them up in the air, and if they come down with any faults, we take a look at it and get it serviceable again.
And play
I
darts.
always know that you wanted to do that.
I've always known that I've wanted to be in the Air Force in some capacity, and then after looking through the roles, that one really stood out to me, so that's why I went for it.
And Rachel, what is your role?
I work in survival equipment, so I work with the pilots currently who work on the Typhoon squadrons at Coningsby, and make sure that everything that they wear to go flying in works, service it, maintain it. So yeah, it's quite a diverse role, but I enjoy it.
There are so many roles
There are.
there, but isn't it wonderful that your team can come together from all different teams and backgrounds and jobs, and you could all work together?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, like I said before, like what they're talking about there, that is so like completely opposite of what I do day to day. So yeah, it is nice to all come together, and then it's like equal playing field, just play our sport, have a bit of fun.
It is a cliche, but there literally is something for everyone in the Air Force.
She did.
There is.
She did it.
There is
She
something
said
for
that.
everyone. There is.
I was going to ask you, if someone's listening to this or watching this and they love football, what would be a suitable role for them? But actually, you just answered my question in that
It could be any
Anyway.
of them. Yeah.
It literally doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what trade you are. There's equal opportunity for all sports across the board.
Because as well as us three in the team, there's
Yeah.
you also got police, supply. There's literally people from so many different trades just in the Royal Air Force women's team. So yeah, there is something for everyone, and we all equally love football.
what does a training session look like? A lot of
Oh.
laughter, I imagine.
Yeah, that's the main part of it, isn't it? It needs to be.
A lot of
football
house
because we enjoy
focus.
it. Yeah, we play football because we enjoy it, but there's a lot of fitness involved. But being in the military, you should have a good level of fitness anyway. But yeah, a lot of laughing, skills, set pieces, various things.
Talk to me a little bit about where you want your football kind of career to go, Pip.
I think for me, just for play as long as possible in the military outlet, like the RAF, the UCAF, just to continue to play at that standard, keep winning the services for as long as we can, and keep competing for the UK Armed Forces. Civilian-wise, just keep playing. I'm 28, so I've still got a few seasons left. But yeah, I love it. I love coming to the meets every month. It's to look forward to. But career-wise, just keep playing at a decent standard and keep enjoying it, really.
Tell me about a challenge you faced throughout.
What, in my life or in football?
In football.
I've been pretty lucky with injuries, touch wood. Challenge.
If anyone else wants to jump in with a challenge they've faced, feel free.
I think the biggest challenges in football definitely come from injuries.
Yeah,
Or like
I've been lucky as well, though, haven't I?
Yeah. I definitely go like motivation with football. Being completely honest, my motivation with football really like goes up and down, because it is so continuous throughout the calendar year, especially when you play with like technically like 3 teams at once. So it is keeping that love and joy for the sport. Sometimes, do you know what I mean? You feel like, I don't know if that's
What do you do in those moments though, to get it back up?
I think RAF football really helps with that, and like going back to the like team morale and the social side of it. When you get to come out of your, like, I love my job, but when you get a week out of work every month to come hang out with these guys and play a bit of football, have a fixture at the end of it, do you know what I mean? You can't be, do you know what I mean? You can't moan too much.
That motivation and that kind of monotonous kind of routine that you mentioned there is something that we all experience in our working lives.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show how important the team that you work with is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But it's easy to come together when it's the Royal Air Force football side to it, because we're all best mates. So you come and hang out with your best mates for a few days every month playing the sport that you love, and it's easy. So yeah, it's good fun.
You've spoken about going away and visiting different places. Where have you been?
With RAF football, the places that I've been over the last 10 years range from Cyprus, Gibraltar, Dublin, Jersey and Alicante this year. Yeah, so a few places, and that's just from football, let alone the travel I get to do with my primary role.
So you get to travel the world, hang out with your mates, do the sport you love, and you're getting paid for it at the same time.
It's not bad, is it?
Sounds pretty dreamy.
Not bad at all.
Here we are whinging about a bit of it.
Yeah.
Talking about not bad at all, you've got some challenges for me. How do you think I'm going to do?
I think you're doing really well.
You got some faith? Is that because my name's Hope?
Let's
Is
have
that
a
what
bit of
it is?
hope. Yeah.
We've got out all the cringy.
Right, well, let's give it a
mate.
go and see if we have a laugh.
Let's do it.
Did you know if you join the Royal Air Force, you'll have access to a whole heap of opportunities and benefits? You'll start earning straight away from your initial training, and the Royal Air Force subsidises your accommodation, your food and sport, as well as giving you free dental and healthcare. Go and check out life at the Royal Air Force. It's just a click or a tap away.
So you've got a few challenges for me. What's the first one?
First one, we're going to do penalty shootout.
How do we go about doing it? Rachel's in goal?
Yeah.
Is there a trick where you look at the corner that you're not wanting to pass it to, or am I getting a bit too technical?
Try and play 9 games and sack the keeper out. You can give it a go.
Yeah.
Thought we'll start basic first with the smashing it. Okay, so you're going to show us how it's done, Pip. Under pressure. Oh!
No.
Hey! I haven't got football boots on. If I fall over, don't laugh. Are you ready? Oh, bit slow, wasn't it? Ah, right to her. Oh, I think it's going to be the one, she says. Oh, I don't think this is my sport, is it? Oh!
She's the speedy one.
I've read. That was good. Right. Come on, I need some clapping. Come on, do me up. Hey, I done my toe again, but I put it in. Yeah, ow. Okay, next challenge, because I feel like I'm not going to get any better at that one. What are we doing?
We're doing a bit of a chipping challenge. So, I mean, me personally as a defender, if I'm ever I won't be in the position, but these two are both attackers. So, if they're ever through one-on-one with the keeper, and the keeper goes to ground early, they can do a little dink and chip it. That's basically what it's replicating.
Okay, Lucy, let's start with you. Go along the line and see if I can do it after watching you. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, Pip. Oh, like that. Okay. Oh. Oh my goodness gracious. My toes are really active today. I'm getting annoyed now. Pip, give me a hot tip.
Lean back a little bit. Try and get it off the air.
Okay.
If you've got the accuracy, kind of sit back
and then that'll help it go up a little bit. That should.
Oh, does that count? Step here first. Lean back. Oh, I'm getting better. Oh. I think I'm going to give up in a minute.
No, you're not.
Right. I think we'll give it one more try. If not, we can go home.
Go on.
Well, not a goal. Yes, goal! Yeah, I done it. Right, so football was really not my my skill, is it?
I mean, no, you weren't too bad.
There's room for improvement.
Yeah,
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
How long do you reckon it takes to get good?
I think probably if you just start from when you can walk. So
Oh, it's too late.
a long time.
No, really, if you practice and you really want to do something and you put your all into it, you can get somewhere, can't you?
Absolutely. Definitely. Yeah, with anything. But I've been trying over 30 years and I'm still not very good at it. It's time for everyone.
Well, with that in mind, obviously to close off this episode, I want to hear from each of you something that's a key takeaway or a key bit of advice for those listening or watching this episode today. Rachel?
I'd say if you're into sport, any sport, whether it's football or anything else, take it up, play it regardless of ability level, and join the RAF and do it there as well. Great fun.
And yeah, just to add on to that, the things that you get from playing them sports and doing them things are really transferable into the workplace as well.
Pip?
I think it's, do you know what I mean? If you've got a little inkling that you want to join the RAF, it's a big jump, it's a big change. I think some people can be a bit apprehensive about doing it. I'd just say, just do it. Do you know what I mean? We all love it, get so much from it. So I'd say just take the risk and join up.
And when you join up, join a team. Football or what have you.
Anything.
Doesn't matter what you're doing, just take every opportunity that you can because there is so many out there.
Well, thank you all for your insights and your tips that didn't work, but I'll keep trying. And have a lovely day.
Thank you ever so much, Hope.
Thank you for listening or watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more episodes like this one, and why not share this with anyone who wants to find their force.
It is a cliche, but there literally is something for everyone in the air.
She did.
There is.
She did it.
There is
She
something
said
for everyone. There is.
I was going to ask you if someone